It's May 22nd, 2017 here on The Road Report. My name is Jill Elizabeth. Today we're talking about big ahas, what you do every day, and more on the open source idea. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know.
So I want to switch from having these road reports from Friday to Monday because I want to, instead of focusing on what's happened during the week, I want to do more of a planning on what will happen in the weeks to come, because I want to get back to this being more of an accountability thing for me and helping me stay organized. And I'm becoming, I've been fascinated, right, with what we do every day, that our daily tasks are what create our life. So it's our actions, our choices, our thoughts, our beliefs that we have every single day that creates our future. And so if we can get a handle on that, that's when we can really change things. But I'm also becoming increasingly fascinated with cycles and seasons. And I talked about that once before. But with that said, I don't really have a full garden update because everything is still like barely growing. But I wanted to do a short shout out to those of you who have not planted seeds and want to plant seeds. We're coming up on the new moon, which happens, I believe, Thursday of this week, meaning that the sky will be at its darkest. Apparently that is the best time to plant, is the new moon, the full moon, the best time to harvest. So anybody who wants to plant seeds, now is a good time to do that while it's darkest outside. And that is our garden update for today. Also, I just wanted to give you a quick shot. The baby birds are, I think there's 6 of them. The mother is exhausted. She moves constantly and she follows me and the dog around every single time we're outside. She's swooping and yelling and carrying on like crazy. So she's looking fairly frazzled. I don't know how she's doing that. You might be able to hear her in the background. I just thought it would be fun to do a short video, clip of the babies each week to see how they progress. But I was surprised to see 6 of them. She is exhausted. The third thing I wanted to highlight is open source. I talked a little bit about that last week or a couple weeks ago about open source on the garden idea. And I put things back over at jillelizabeth.net on the blog page. Link will be below the YouTube video or the VidMe video. I'm loving this idea of open source. And the reason I think it's so awesome is that I listened to an interview on the Electric Universe, but it was about so much more than that. So that's also on the blog page, and it's part of the Thunderbolts project. And what he was saying that was so important and has never been available to us before is that we have the ability to take information from many, many disciplines and come together and look at things in a new way. And it's our specialization that's really created so many problems. And I love that idea. We've seen that with the tiny house movement. We've seen that with people renovating and creating all kinds of creative structures that have sort of sparked from that. We're seeing that a lot in the science. So I've got a couple things linked over at the website to just give you more about this idea. And I'm thinking about how I can do that more with this nomadic living and small towns, because I think that's a marriage of people who want to live on the road, people who live in rural communities, very complementary. So I'm still thinking about how that might be something that we can talk more about in the future. But so I love that idea. And so I thought I would throw that back at you, because what I think we're seeing is people are able to express something that they're very passionate about in one area, like the universe or electrical universe, but then sharing it with multidisciplines. That's really an expansive way of thinking. And that's why I like open source, opening our mind. And that really is, how you change the world. What you do every day and what you open yourself to that's new, exciting, interesting, and that will move your life forward. That's really what I've been trying to do here with you on these videos, with myself in my own life. How do you take the everyday practical and marry it with these great big ideas so that you have a happy, fulfilling life? Because talking about the problem isn't enough. And I had an aha. I've actually had several great big ahas the last few weeks. And one of them is that what's fun for me, I don't know about you, is when people are excited about moving into the solution and not just sitting around and yelling about the problem. And what we see right now in social media and in the news and everything, so much yelling about the problem. So that's a really good question to ask yourself. Are you excited about being part of the solution, or do you just want to get stuck in talking about the problem? If that's you, you won't find anything of interest here. I am all about moving life forward. That's why we call it the road report. Even though I'm not technically on the road, always in my mind and heart and body am I trying to move things forward. So that's the goal this week, is to switch to get this thing on Monday. And so starting next Monday, hopefully it'll be a little more declarative. Right now, I have thought I had finished the book and now I have to start over. But I really need to get that done, which is very hard to do on perfect, beautiful days right now. No win. I tell you, it's beautiful. So I am focused on that. Again, that happened last time. So I am focused on that, and my goal is once I get that done, I can focus on doing the videos again. But I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, saying I'm so glad you're here. Put your thinking caps on, how we can move this open source idea forward. Any suggestions? Tell me in the links below. And with that, I'll see you next time. Found the only shade. Good boy.